Alone in the office after hours, Liam never expected his boss, Sam, to corner him, and what started as teasing quickly turned dangerously irresistible. Desire, temptation, and forbidden passion collide in a story that will leave your heart racing. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe, like, and comment to follow every scandalous twist. The hum of fluorescent lights buzzed softly above, echoing through the otherwise silent office. Liam's eyes were fixed on his laptop screen, the cursor blinking impatiently at the half-finished report. Outside, the city lights shimmered, reflected in the sleek glass walls, casting long shadows across the deserted office. Everyone else had gone home hours ago, leaving only him and the lingering scent of coffee in the air. He rubbed his temples trying to focus, but his mind kept wandering. Not to the report, not to the deadlines, but to the man whose voice had cut through the office air earlier that day, leaving an unfamiliar heat behind. So, the name alone made Liam's heart stutter. Sam, the CEO, the man whose mere presence could silence a room, had somehow become the center of Liam's thoughts. His charm was subtle but undeniable, a commanding authority paired with a casual smile that made Liam feel like the only person in the world who mattered. A sudden sound, a soft click of high heels, made Liam jump, his fingers hovering over the keyboard. Still here? The voice was smooth, velvety, carrying that same effortless command. Liam's stomach clenched as he turned to see Sam leaning against the doorway, one hand in his pocket, the other holding a folder as if he'd been wandering the office all night just to find him. Yeah, Liam stammered, forcing a smile he didn't quite feel. I just wanted to finish this report before leaving. Sam's eyes, silver and piercing even in the dim light, scanned Liam from head to toe, lingering a moment too long. I admire dedication, he said slowly, his tone playful, almost teasing. But dedication shouldn't come at the cost of missing out on other things. Liam swallowed hard, suddenly aware of how close Sam was standing. The subtle scent of Sam's cologne, warm, slightly spicy, wrapped around him like a blanket, making it impossible to think clearly. His pulse raced, every nerve alert, yet somehow every instinct urged him to stay frozen in place. What other things? Liam asked, voice barely above a whisper. Sam's smile was slow, deliberate, dangerous in the most exciting way. Moments like this, he murmured, stepping closer. His presence pressed Liam back against the edge of the desk, the papers rattling beneath his fingers. Quiet. Private. Just us. Heat pooled in Liam's chest, spreading to his face as Sam's hand brushed against his arm. It was casual enough to seem accidental, but the electricity that shot through him suggested otherwise. He tried to focus on the spreadsheet, on anything to keep his mind from spiraling, but he couldn't. Every glance, every subtle touch made his body ache with want he had never admitted aloud. I should really get back to work, Liam said, his voice shaking despite his efforts to sound firm. Work can wait, Sam said, tilting his head, his expression unreadable. You're here late all alone, and yet you look uneasy. Anxious. Or is it excitement? Liam swallowed, heart pounding in his chest. Excitement. The word hovered between them like a spark, igniting something he couldn't control. He looked down, trying to ignore the way Sam's eyes followed his every movement. You're imagining things, he muttered, though he knew it wasn't true. He could feel Sam's gaze lingering on him, on the tension coiling tight in his chest. You're wrong, Sam said softly, stepping even closer until their shoulders brushed. I notice everything about you, Liam. The way you bite your lip when you're nervous, the way your hands tremble just slightly when you're focused, and the way you've been stealing glances at me for months without thinking I'd notice. Liam's breath caught in his throat. How could he not notice? Sam had been subtle, yes, but the attention was deliberate, calculated, and maddening. He began, but the words caught somewhere between his throat and his pounding heart. Sam's hand lifted, brushing a stray lock of hair from Liam's forehead, his fingers lingering against the soft skin. Shoo, he whispered, leaning closer. No need to explain. I like knowing you feel it too. The heat between them was unbearable now. Liam's knees threatened to give out as Sam's face drew near, close enough that Liam could feel the warmth of his breath against his cheek. Every rational thought screamed to pull away, to maintain some semblance of professionalism. Yet, the thrill of forbidden desire held him rooted to the spot. You shouldn't. This is, Liam stammered, the words tumbling out in a nervous rush. I know, Sam murmured, lips just inches from his. I'm aware. That's why it's exciting, isn't it? Liam's chest heaved. Yes, exciting. Terrifying. All-consuming. He wanted to run, but the world outside this office, outside these walls, felt like it didn't exist. All that mattered was Sam, the intensity of his gaze, the subtle brush of his fingers, the promise in the air that something dangerous and delicious was about to happen. And then, impossibly, Sam closed the distance. Their lips met in a tentative brush, soft, testing, sending shivers down Liam's spine. His hands instinctively went to Sam's chest, feeling the warmth, the heartbeat beneath the fabric. The kiss deepened, slow and deliberate, until Liam felt like he was melting from the inside out. The report, the office, the rules, all of it faded. There was only this moment, suspended in time, with Sam's hands holding him close and his lips tracing a path that Liam didn't want to resist. Finally, Sam pulled back just slightly, forehead resting against Liam's, his voice low and teasing. "See? That wasn't so bad." Liam's face burned, chest heaving, mind reeling. I can't, this. "Shoo," Sam whispered again, pressing a kiss to Liam's temple. "No need to think. Just feel." Liam closed his eyes, letting the tension drain from his body, letting himself fall into the warmth, the danger, the undeniable desire. And in that quiet after-hours office, as the city lights flickered through the windows, he knew one thing with terrifying certainty. He was lost. Lost to Sam, lost to this forbidden temptation, and he didn't want to be found. The office was quieter than ever. The soft hum of the air conditioning mingled with the distant buzz of the city outside. Liam's pulse still raced from the brief, stolen kiss earlier, and though he tried to focus on finishing the report that had kept him late, his thoughts refused to obey. He glanced up from the screen, and froze. Sam was leaning casually against the doorway, arms crossed, that same confident smirk tugging at his lips. The dim glow of the desk lamp highlighted the sharp angles of his face, the silver gleam of his eyes practically magnetic. Liam's stomach clenched, a mixture of nervous anticipation and something much hotter tightening in his chest. "You really can't stay away, can you?" Sam's voice was low, teasing, as if he had read every unspoken thought running through Liam's mind. I was just finishing some work," Liam said, though his voice betrayed him, high and shaky. I didn't expect anyone to be here." Sam pushed off the doorway and stepped closer, slow, deliberate, his presence filling the space until Liam felt cornered, both literally and in every sense of the word. "I noticed," Sam said softly, eyes never leaving his. "And I like that you stayed. You're reliable. But also, tempting." The word hit Liam like a physical blow. He opened his mouth, but the words caught in his throat. He felt heat rising to his cheeks, throat tight, and heart hammering painfully against his ribs. "You think I don't notice how nervous you get around me?" Sam murmured, tilting his head slightly. He leaned just close enough for Liam to feel the warmth of his breath. "Or the way your hands shake when you think no one's watching?" Liam swallowed hard, aware that every inch of space between them had become charged. His mind screamed to resist, to remind himself this was his boss, his CO, but every instinct urged him closer, his body betraying him completely. I. Liam tried again, but the words dissolved into a soft gasp as Sam reached out, brushing a stray lock of hair from his forehead. The touch lingered far too long to be innocent. "Shoo," Sam whispered, his voice velvety, intoxicating. "No need to explain. Just feel." The words sent shivers down Liam's spine. Sam's hand moved slowly to rest on the small of Liam's back, guiding him slightly closer, just enough that their bodies almost touched. Liam could feel the heat radiating off Sam, smell the faint spice of his cologne, and the effect was immediate, overwhelming. This is," Liam faltered, trying to regain control. "We shouldn't?" "Shouldn't?" Sam's smile deepened, dangerous and playful. "Why not? We're both adults. And right now, it's just us. Alone. Private." Liam's breath hitched, unable to argue. He wanted to cling to the rules, the professional boundaries he had vowed never to cross. But desire, relentless and insistent, won. He leaned slightly into Sam, feeling the pressure of his chest against his own, feeling the subtle flex of muscles beneath the crisp shirt. Sam tilted Liam's chin up with a finger, forcing him to meet those silver eyes. "I've been wanting this, for a long time," he admitted softly, lips just inches from Liam's. "I watch you, Liam, and I can't get enough." The honesty, the intensity, and the heat of the moment left Liam nearly breathless. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. Instead, he let Sam's lips brush his own in a tentative, teasing kiss. A spark ignited deep inside him, setting his nerves and his blood alight. When the kiss deepened, Liam's hands instinctively went to Sam's chest, feeling the hard plane of muscle beneath the shirt. Sam responded immediately, pressing closer, one hand sliding down to rest possessively on Liam's waist. The room seemed to shrink, the walls pressing inward until all Liam could see, all he could hear was Sam, Sam, Sam. The kiss broke for air, but Sam's forehead rested against Liam's, breath mingling, heartbeat sinking in a rhythm that made Liam's chest ache. "Do you feel it too?" Sam asked, voice low, a teasing lilt in it. "Yes," Liam admitted, voice barely a whisper. "Too much." "Good," Sam murmured, pressing another kiss to the corner of Liam's lips, then trailing along the jaw, soft and tantalizing. "Because I'm not stopping." And he didn't. Hands moved, brushing over shoulders, down arms, exploring gently but deliberately, testing boundaries that Liam had never thought he'd cross in a professional setting. Liam's knees threatened to give out, body trembling with need, mind foggy with want. Every touch, every whisper, every glance from Sam unraveled him completely. "Liam," Sam's voice was low, husky, sending a thrill straight through him. "You're mine tonight. Just for me." The word sent a shiver down Liam's spine. It wasn't just lust, it was possession, dominance tempered by care, and Liam found himself leaning into it, giving in fully. The thought of resisting now felt impossible, foolish. Sam's lips found his again, softer this time, teasing, coaxing. Liam melted, wrapping his arms around Sam's neck, letting the kiss deepen, hands tangling in Sam's shirt. It was slow, intense, and intimate, a dance of temptation neither wanted to end. A sudden noise, the faint click of the office elevator, made them both pause, hearts hammering, panic flashing across Liam's face. But Sam simply chuckled softly, pulling Liam closer. "No one else is here," he whispered, pressing a lingering kiss to Liam's temple. "Just you and me." Liam shivered, melting entirely under the touch, the heat, the tension. He was caught, trapped, in desire, and he had no wish to escape. Not now, not ever. The office faded away, deadlines and professionalism forgotten. There was only the thrill, the danger, the exquisite intensity of Sam, and Liam found himself powerless, wanting, completely undone. And as Sam's lips traced down his neck, warm and teasing, Liam knew one thing for certain. This was only the beginning. The office was cloaked in shadow, the only light coming from the city skyline stretching beyond the windows. Liam's chest heaved, pulse wild, still buzzing from the stolen touches and whispered confessions from earlier. Every rational thought screamed at him to stop, to pull back, but his body refused. Every nerve, every instinct demanded Sam. Sam stood close, just close enough that Liam could feel the heat radiating from him, the scent of his cologne intoxicating in the quiet room. His silver eyes gleamed with a dangerous mix of desire and dominance. "I can't wait any longer," Sam said, voice low, husky, sending shivers down Liam's spine. "Sam, we shouldn't," Liam whispered, but the words were weak, trembling. His heart and body were betraying him, and he knew it. "You're mine tonight," Sam murmured, sliding his hand around Liam's waist, pulling him flush against his chest. "No distractions. No regrets. Just us." Heat surged through Liam. He swallowed hard, lips parting, eyes fluttering closed as Sam leaned in. Their kiss was slow, teasing, exploring, until it deepened, pressing Liam against the edge of the desk. The world disappeared. There was only Sam, only the warmth and tension coiling tight around them. Sam's hands roamed confidently, tracing the lines of Liam's body, sliding beneath his shirt, feeling the shiver beneath the fabric. Liam gasped into the kiss, fingers tangling in Sam's hair, pressing closer. Every brush of skin, every whisper of breath, pulled him deeper, unraveling all control. "You're trembling," Sam murmured against his lips, voice teasing yet filled with heat. "I like that. Shows me how much you want this." I can't," Liam stammered, but the protests were weak, meaningless. Desire had claimed him completely. Sam's lips trailed down Liam's jaw, neck, and collarbone, soft yet deliberate, igniting fires along every nerve. Liam's hands gripped Sam's shirt, heart hammering as he felt the press of Sam's body, the subtle dominance in every touch. "Please," he whispered, breathless. "Please don't stop." "I won't," Sam promised, voice low and commanding. "I'll make sure you feel every bit of this. Every part of you is mine tonight." Their hands fumbled with buttons and zippers, hearts racing, breaths mingling in the tight, shadowed office. Clothes fell away piece by piece, and the vulnerability only heightened the intensity. Liam felt raw, exposed, and utterly consumed by Sam's touch. Finally, Sam held him close, their bodies aligned, heat and desire igniting like wildfire. The kiss they shared was no longer gentle. It was deep, demanding, claiming. Liam cried out softly into it, surrendering fully as Sam guided him with patience and dominance, every movement deliberate, every touch sending shivers through his body. The first time was everything Liam had imagined in stolen moments, only magnified, urgent, tender, overwhelming. Sam's hands and lips explored, claimed, and reassured, leaving Liam melting under every deliberate caress. Time slipped away, nothing existed outside the two of them, nothing mattered except the shared heat and the bond of need and desire that had built for months. Afterward, Liam lay against Sam's chest, heartbeat syncing with his, every gasp and shiver slowly calming. Sam's arm wrapped protectively around him, thumb brushing lazily over his shoulder. "See? You survived," he murmured, lips brushing the top of Liam's head. Liam breathed, still trembling, every nerve alive. I didn't think." "You didn't think you'd want it," Sam said softly, playful yet tender. "But look at you. You wanted it all along." Liam buried his face in Sam's chest, warmth and security battling the lingering embarrassment and thrill. He'd crossed lines he never thought he would, surrendered to desire he had tried to deny, and yet, he felt alive, exhilarated, and infinitely close to Sam. Sam pressed a kiss to Liam's temple. "This doesn't change anything outside these walls," he murmured. "But in here, in this moment, we're free." Liam's heart swelled. Free. Dangerous. Forbidden. Yet utterly right. And as Sam held him close, whispering soft reassurances and stolen promises, Liam realized he had no intention of walking away. Not now, not ever. In the quiet after the storm, with city lights flickering across the office, they simply held each other, two hearts racing, two bodies spent, and a tension that promised more. More heat. More desire. More moments where boundaries would be tested and broken, and Liam knew he was ready. For Sam. For this. For everything they had only just begun to explore. The morning sunlight streamed through the office windows, harsh and bright, cutting through the dim haze of last night's passion. Liam sat at his desk, fingers hovering over the keyboard, heart still racing despite the routine hum of office life around him. Every glance toward Sam, who was reviewing papers a few desks away, made his stomach twist into knots of anticipation and anxiety. He could hardly believe it had happened. So, the boss, the man who'd loomed over him with authority and charm for months, had touched him, claimed him, made him surrender completely to desire. And now, in the daylight of a normal workday, Liam felt exposed in ways he hadn't imagined. Sam glanced up, catching Liam's eyes, and a small, almost imperceptible smile tugged at his lips. There was a gleam in his silver eyes, something teasing, possessive, and utterly enthralling. Liam's chest tightened at the silent acknowledgement, they were no longer just colleagues. Something had changed, permanently, and neither could pretend otherwise. Liam took a deep breath, trying to focus on the spreadsheets, emails, and meetings piling up. But every shadow, every corner of the office seemed to whisper Sam's name. His hand brushed over the edge of the desk, imagining Sam's touch, feeling the lingering heat of last night as though it had been etched into his skin. Finally, unable to endure the tension any longer, Liam rose and walked toward Sam's office, heart pounding in his ears. The door clicked softly behind him as he entered, the office quiet save for the distant city sounds. "Morning," Sam said, eyes meeting Liam's, voice low, calm, but with a spark that made Liam's pulse leap. "You look different." Liam's face burned. Last night?" His words stumbled out in fragments, heat rising in his chest. I don't know how to." Sam chuckled softly, rising from behind his desk. "Relax. You don't need to explain. You don't need to apologize. You wanted it, Liam. We both did. And I've wanted you for a long time." Liam froze, eyes wide, chest hammering. You did." Sam stepped closer, the air between them thick with unspoken promises. "Yes," he said, voice soft but firm. "Every time I saw you staying late, focused, dedicated, I wanted you. Not just like this, not just for tonight. But you. All of you. And now, well, now we know how irresistible you are." Liam's breath caught. Every nervous thought, every fear of crossing lines, melted away under Sam's gaze, under the intensity of his confession. He took a hesitant step closer, daring to close the space between them. I feel the same," he admitted, voice trembling but honest. "I've wanted you for months, but I didn't think you'd ever notice me, like this." Sam's hand reached out, brushing Liam's cheek, thumb stroking gently. "Noticed? Liam. I've always noticed. And now, I don't want to hide it anymore." A flush rose to Liam's cheeks, his heart soaring and pounding all at once. He reached out, placing a tentative hand over Sam's, letting the warmth of contact settle over the tension. Then, what do we do? He whispered. Sam's lips curved into a confident, teasing smile. We figure it out, he said softly. Carefully. Professionally. But, we don't deny what we feel. Not anymore. Liam's chest tightened, a mix of relief, thrill and anticipation flooding him. I can do that, he said, voice barely above a whisper. As long as it's us. Sam nodded, stepping closer, pressing a soft, lingering kiss to Liam's temple. Always us, he murmured. But remember, last night isn't just a memory. It's a promise. A beginning. Liam leaned into him, letting himself savor the warmth, the closeness, and the thrill of the forbidden office romance. The fear of consequences still lingered, but it was sweetened by desire, passion, and the undeniable connection they shared. Promise me one thing, Liam said, looking up at Sam, eyes shimmering. No matter what, you won't let this, us, be just a mistake. Sam smiled, brushing a strand of hair from Liam's forehead. It's not a mistake, Liam. And I'll fight for it, for you. Liam's heart soared. For the first time in months he felt seen, wanted, and completely safe, even in the chaos of desire and danger that came with loving your boss. He smiled, leaning closer, letting Sam's presence wrap around him like a shield against the world. The rest of the office day blurred into a series of stolen glances, subtle touches under desks, and smiles shared across the conference room. Every moment was charged, every brush of hands electric, and Liam realized he had never felt more alive. When the workday finally ended and the office emptied again, Liam found himself standing near Sam's office, the hum of the city outside quieting in the late evening. Sam approached, closing the distance between them, eyes soft but commanding. Ready for tonight? Sam asked, voice low, a teasing spark dancing in his silver eyes. Liam swallowed hard, feeling the familiar heat coil in his chest. Always, he whispered. Sam smiled, brushing his lips against Liam's softly, a private promise in the shadows of the office. Then let's make it ours, he murmured. And in that quiet office between the lights of the city and the shadows of desire, Liam realized something profound. Some lines were meant to be crossed, some desires meant to be followed, and some loves were worth every risk. For Liam and Sam, the office was no longer just a workplace. It had become a playground of passion, secrecy, and a love that burned brighter than any caution, any rule, or any fear. They had crossed the line, and neither of them wanted to go back.